When people are dying, the conversation tends to change. Here are the regrets I hear over and over again. There's one interesting thing I want to note about dying patients, and that is some people die angry. When I was fresh out of nursing school, my first job was in palliative, and I used to be confused about patients who would alternate between calmness and anger. At first, I used to think they were angry at me because I'll be attending to them and they're calm and talking, and then the moment I step out of the room and then come back in, they're suddenly upset at me. It took me a while to realize that the anger was not towards me, it was towards life and how it turned out. If you're a nurse, you know that dying patients tend to talk a lot. So here are the things that I've heard over and over again. Number one is I waited too long. Waiting to start, waiting to launch, waiting to do things. Patients always talk about how they waited too long to do something. And this assumption is all because they believe in unlimited time. They believe that there is always time to do whatever they want to do. They believe they will always have time to start that business, to spend time with family or to do whatever it is that they plan to do with their life. Some of them waited all their life for their retirement, hoping to start enjoying hobbies or spending time with family and friends when they retire, not realizing that that's not how life works. Now, even though I know this, I still see myself procrastinating, thinking that I still have time to travel, to enjoy my hobbies, to start a family and all that. Time is an illusion, and the only time that you're guaranteed is the one that you're living in right now. If you're the type to procrastinate everything and think that, you have time way later, perhaps, during retirement to enjoy your hobbies and family and friends, I hope you know that that's really not guaranteed. If you are the type to procrastinate everything and think that you have time to do those things later on, I want you to rethink the way that you spend your time. The second thing I hear is the people that spend too much time working. A common regret of dying patients is the time they spend overworking. Some of these people spend too much time at work than they spend with their friends and family. And then when they're dying, they realize that the only people who come to spend time with them are the family and the friends, and not so much the co-workers. And this is when you see them get angry at work, at their co-workers, at their business partners, because they realize for the first time that without them, life is moving on. It's a terrible feeling to realize on your deathbed that you're dispensable. That work or business will go on with or without you. At the end of the day, every single person is dispensable. In fact, this is the very reason why I cut down on how much I work. I used to be the type that would be at work every single time. I was always picking up overtime, and eventually I had to advise myself like, hey, if care is not taken, this is going to be you one day regretting how much time you spend at work. You are dispensable. That work and that business will always go on without you. I encourage you, spend time with your family, with your friends, with the people that matter to you, so you don't end up regretting that. The next thing is people start to regret how much they used to care about how others perceive them or what other people think of them. There's a common trait that I observed in dying patients, and that is they start doing the most outlandish things. If you give them medical advice and they don't follow it when they're caught, they just say, you know what, I don't care, I don't really care. It's almost like they discover that phrase for the first time and they can't stop using it. It's like when a 3-year-old discovers how to say no and they say no to everything. No, yeah, that's the way it is. To everything, I don't care. Whatever you tell them, I don't care. You need to do this, I don't care. You need to eat that, I don't care. You need to do this, I don't care. And the reason is, for the first time, they have no reservation telling people how they actually feel or just choosing to do the things that they want to do. It's almost like they cast off all inhibitions. They don't care about how you perceive them or what you think about them anymore after all they're dying. Personally, for me, I believe that the world will be fine at the end of the day. Regardless of what you do, the world is going to judge you anyways. I don't think it's fair for you to live life in a cage of public opinion. Live and enjoy life. At the end of the day, all these things wouldn't matter. What people think of you or how they perceive you, it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. It doesn't. The next point is the people that regret not taking their health as seriously as they should. Even as I'm talking right now, and I'm kind of speaking to myself as well, the people that ignore the rest, people who thought that the world needed them and they had to be out there doing something for someone all the time. People regret not resting enough, not sleeping enough, always being out there taking care of others and not themselves. We all have this assumption that the body will always bounce back, like, don't worry, I'm going to be fine. You won't always be fine. The body might not always bounce back. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. There's this saying that good health is a golden crown that only the sick see, or something like that. Until your health gets bad, you don't know how easy it is to lose good health. Take care of yourself. The world will be fine. You don't have to be out there killing yourself for people all the time. The world will be fine with or without you, trust me. The next common regret is the people that lived in fear all their life. Fear is debilitating. Fear has a way of keeping you in a certain area under the guise of protecting you. People often question why they were scared to do some things, like, why was I too scared to go for the career I wanted? People tend to regret why they had a fear of starting over or going for the things that they want. And the thing about fear is, fear doesn't always appear as itself. It doesn't look like fear. Sometimes it looks like you've been overly cautious, and you kind of convince yourself that, no, I'm not scared of this. It's just me being conscious of the way that I make decisions or something. But at the root of that is fear. If you're the type to let fear make decisions for you, you stay in places and situations that don't serve you anymore just because you're scared to leave those places. That is fear leading your life. Find a way to cast off fear and live life as you should. Now, in that same line, the next regret people tend to express is staying in places they have outgrown. I want you to see life as a golden ticket or a blank check, and yours is what you make of it. You have this golden ticket and you decide where you go, or you have this blank check and you can decide how much money you put on it. Your life is what you make of it. I fear that most people live life thinking that they have chances after chances to correct their mistakes. Imagine someone gives you a golden ticket right now and says you can only go to one destination and you have to spend the rest of your life in that place. Would you be more careful how you make that decision? Would you be more careful with the decisions that you make? Would you be more careful choosing that destination? That's how you should live life. Some of these patients hated their job, their relationship, their friendship, and even their marriage. In fact, the most tragic thing to witness is when people hate their marriage. Say for example, the female patients, when their husband come in the morning and their back is turned to their wife, you can see how much they really hate this man. Sometimes they're rolling their eyes like, oh my God, I can't wait for this man to get out of this room. And that leaves me wondering, like, if you hate this person so much, why did you waste a whole lifetime with this person? Like, why did you waste your golden ticket with this person that you hate? Why would you spend your golden job ticket in a job you don't like, or in friendships you don't like, or in relationships you don't like? Why would you do that to yourself? It's just one lifetime. I don't think people realize that you only have one lifetime. Like, you have one life. If you fail to live life right the first time, I fear that you don't get another redo. You don't get another chance to redo life. There is no chance to redo it. This is it. Don't stay in places you have outgrown or in places that no longer serve you. The next common regret is, I didn't say the things that mattered. I have seen parents regret not saying the best things to their kids. When their child is not in the room, they are telling the nurse how much they love this child and how much they appreciate and how proud they are of this child, but they don't say it to that child. Stop holding back love or feelings. Start having the hard conversations. If there is something that needs to be said to someone, please say it to them. If you love someone, let them know that you love them. If you are proud of someone, let them know that you're proud of them. It doesn't make sense to hide how you feel about someone or something. And mind you, I'm not just talking about love. Saying what matters could be like in any situation. If you have friends who are not the best friends to you, you might want to have that hard conversation with them. Tell them how you feel. Learn to tell people how you feel. Stop bottling up feelings. If you feel bad about something, let people know that you feel bad about it. If you feel good about something, let them know that you feel good about it. There's no need bottling up how you feel inside and not letting people know. If you're angry at someone, let them know that you're angry. If you're upset at someone, let them know that you're upset. The things that matter to you, learn to say that out to people. The next common regret is, I thought I had more time. This is the most dangerous and common assumption that we all tend to have, thinking that we have more time. Most people tend to think that life is an endless loop of time after time. That's not true. The only time you're guaranteed is the one you're living in right now. The next one is not guaranteed. Yesterday, I saw a post on Reddit that says that there are 2 days out of your life where you don't get to live 24 hours. And that is the day you're born and the day you die. You don't really get to live the full 24 hours. For me, that is such a jarring realization that a day is going to come when I don't live out the entire 24 hours in that day, and that's the day I die. And the funny thing is, there is no way to know that day. I am being serious when I tell you that the next moment is not guaranteed. This is even more obvious to those that work in healthcare. Working in healthcare will show you how easy it is for a life to pass. A patient just came to my mind right now. I put him to bed around 10 o'clock, and then I walked to the kitchen to go grab something to eat, and by the time I came back, I think that was like 5 to 7 minutes later, he was dead. And mind you, when I was putting him to bed, we were talking about his life, his family, his pets, his plans once he's discharged. And literally 7 minutes later, he was dead. After his death, I had to clean up the bed and, get it ready for the next patient. But I remember just staring at that bed, like staring at the empty bed. Like, this man was literally here like 20 minutes ago, and now the bed is empty. He's dead. Please don't assume you have time. And the other thing about time is that people don't consider other factors. You won't always be this young. You won't always be this healthy. Accidents happen, disabilities happen. A lot can change in a minute. Don't assume that you always have time, because even if you have time, you might not always have the health. Don't assume you will always be this young, healthy person who have endless energies to do anything they want to do. That's not how life works. The older you get, the less energy you have to do things. So if there are things that you've been putting off doing, perhaps start now to do it. Don't assume there will always be time and health for it later. The other common regrets are people who did not live life intentionally. People who live life on autopilot. In fact, something I still find funny is when I give a patient a mirror to see how I comb their hair or something, and they're surprised at how old they have gotten. It's like, oh, when did I get this old? Oh my God, who is this old lady? That's you. I think part of why we don't live intentionally is that we let society dictate how our life should be. Society tells you when you should go to college, when you should marry, when you should have kids, when you should have a career, when you should retire. It's almost like your entire life is planned out for you. And if care is not taken, you see yourself just following suit. It's like, oh, this is the way things are meant to be done. And you never ever step out of the box to ask yourself, like, is this how I want to live my life? Do I really want to get married? Do I need to go to college? Do I want kids? In order for you to live intentionally, you have to question things. Don't always do things just because that's what's expected of you. Do you really want to do those things? Is that how you want to live your life? Time runs so fast that before you know it, you're old, and that's when you realize that your entire life was dictated by people and what they think you should be doing or how they think you should be living life. Start to live intentionally. Make it a goal of yours to enjoy each day the way you want to enjoy it. Spend time doing the things you want to do. If you have a job or a career that you don't like, why not make those changes now? You don't have to do things just because that's what people expect of you to do. Do you really want to live life that way? Is that how you want to live your life, based on other people's opinion? The last regret is the people that wish they were more present. People are too distracted or busy mentally. I have seen parents express regret over how much time they spent at work and how little time they spent with their kids or with their family. They had this assumption that there will always be time to spend with family or your kids. They fail to realize that the kids will move out. And even if you wait until retirement to start enjoying time with your family, what if the kids are gone by then? What if they are married? What if they move out of state or out of the country? The only time you're guaranteed with your kids or your family is the one you have at the moment. What happens next or when they are grown, you can't guarantee that. If you're a parent, please be more present in your kids' life. I have a theory that why people tend to make better grandparents than parents is because they regret not being as present or intentional towards their children, and now having grandchildren gives them a chance to redo that life. So you see them becoming the best grandma or grandpa, but they were shitty parents at first. While we're on the topic of being present, I think this generation is going to have it worse. Phone addiction is a terrible thing. You see people hanging out, spending time with family or friends or even their spouse, but everyone is on the phone. You see parents at the park with their children. The kids are playing, but the parents are on the phone. No one is actually present. People go on vacations to places where they spend like thousands of dollars just to visit. And when they get there, instead of taking in the moment, they're on the phone. I fear we don't understand this until someone dies and all of a sudden we regret not spending as much time with them. The only advice I will leave with you right now is don't wait until you're diagnosed with something to start living deliberately. Life is for the living. Learn to enjoy your golden ticket.